it's worth £100 and there's 100,000 in it and it's worth 10 million quid. With 10 million quid, I'd go buy a Lamborghini. If it was that simple, we'd all be doing it. There's a whole load of stuff that comes into bringing products to market. It's a very costly, big pot of money that you have to invest in it and you get nothing out of it. I am Jonathan Collier, Managing Director of Monument Tools Limited. We design, manufacture and market professional quality plumbing tools, roofing tools and drainage tools. We have been manufacturing and selling tools in the United Kingdom and in export markets for over 140 years. We're a fifth generation family owned, privately owned business. We're based just south of London. We have a factory and a warehouse just to my right. And today we're going to be looking at 12 tool inventions that I didn't know existed. I've got it on a screen here and I've got it on my laptop here. So let's see what these are. Okay, we're drilling holes in a jaw. We're then fitting some kind of nut and bolt. Okay, we're tightening that up. Oh, I see. Okay, so that then, assuming it's a grinding disc, I would almost certainly have made sure that there is some way of unlocking the grinding disc and retightening it. It would be slightly strange if one didn't have that as a part of the kit. Okay, so this is number 2, which I actually thought was part of number 1. Okay, so we're drilling a hole in a nut. Okay, we're now putting a thread in it. We're putting a bolt into either end of a nut, which we're then tightening into there. Why would you not just use assuming that it's a threading tool or a reaming tool, why would you not just use it in a drill on a slow speed, which you've already used to drill the holes in the nut to attach it? It's kind of reverse engineering from power tools to back to hand tools. Yeah.
Opportunity?
No. I feel terrible about some of these. I mean, I've only seen 2 and I don't want to, I feel like I'm being rude, but let's look at some more. Let's see what we got next. So number 3 looks like we're starting off with heating up some. Oh wow, what is going on here? Please don't tell me. I think he's not doing that. It's a bit like an injection mold tool, and then you heat it up and then you cool it down, and you've got a threaded piece of pipe which then goes in a coupling. I'm not sure that's what the manufacturers say you should be doing. Inventions, from our perspective, if you're looking at a patent or if you're looking at a piece of IP, which is intellectual property, certainly from a patent you need to have an inventive step and a claim. Putting 2 things together that already exist is not necessarily an invention, if that makes sense. I look at that and I kind of go, well, I look at it and I see, well, you've got a connector and then you've got a piece of pipe, and maybe I don't really know what the invention is. Is it heating it up, or is it screwing it in and unscrewing it? I'm not quite sure what the actual invention there is, the inventive step. Nut, bolts and screws washer. Okay, we're taking that. Oh, it's in a soldering gun. It's in a soldering iron. So we're going to heat that up. We're going to create something to seal a bag. Okay, so sorry, I missed the soldering iron gun. The soldering iron. We're going to put that into your soldering iron, and that seals a bag. Well, I mean, yeah, in the nicest way, that's actually quite clever if you need to seal a small bag. I mean, everybody needs to do that on a daily basis. So yeah, when you need to seal a small bag to carry some things, that's a perfect answer to it. Okay, it might be good for resealing a bag that you've opened. Okay, is it an invention? It's kind of a hack. I'm not quite sure it's an invention. In a bizarre world, yeah. Is it marketable? No. How many times does someone need to reseal a small bag? Question mark. Okay, next, number 5. Okay, we're drilling holes into a plastic bottle. Lots of holes into plastic. Please don't tell me it's going to. No. Oh, whoa, we're gluing it to a Brillo pad. Is that food? Oh, stop it. Oh, painting effect. Okay, that's genius. I mean, this is actually quite clever. I've drunk my bottle of water. I've then gone to the kitchen I've gone, oh, well, you know what, we could use the Brillo pad. Put that against that. I've then filled that with creosote or some kind of stain. I've then refilled that with that, and now I'm painting my fence. Genius. I mean, the paintbrush was invented, I mean, for exactly that purpose. But I think if you are a million miles away from the nearest Home Depot, Lowe's, B&Q, Homebase, Wix store, and you've completely run out of things, but you've got an empty water bottle, a Brillo pad, a drill, and you need to paint your fence, you've got all the tools you need there. Or you could buy a paintbrush. Oh, we're back to some kind of PPR fitting. Love a PPR with a hacksaw. Okay. Oh, yep. So, okay. So going back to the previous one about the PPR and the coupling that we saw, this is the kind of tool that I would see to usually connect PPR couplings together. It's some kind of heating device that heats up the connectors. So we're now heating up either side. We're going to meld them together to create some kind of cross coupling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there is a cross coupling, but I don't know why you'd want to make a cross coupling. Why do I want a cross coupling? I don't know. Okay, the next one. Blue masking tape. Blue masking tape. Is that some kind of silicone filler, glue? Don't really know what that is. Paint. We're painting something with some masking tape. Or maybe it's glue. One, take this one off first, this one off second. Yeah, I'm sure there's ways of painting and decorating that when you remove masking tape, it doesn't do that. Is it a tool invention? I'm not sure. Okay, oh, we're back to the Brillo pads. These are popular. Oh, I feel like I've seen this before. This is for cleaning. I think this is for cleaning the inside of like a windowsill. I really like this. I thought this was really clever. And there's plenty of times that I've got something like that needs cleaning. I actually, you know what? I saw that, and I'm not a great social media user. I saw that and I was like, that's pretty cool. If I have something mucky and filthy inside of a window, I think that's quite clever. I don't know whether there's a product out there that you can go and buy, but if you've got a Brillo pad, always take care when using knives, but I actually find that quite fun.
Do you think there's a market for making a dedicated product like that?
Not with that out there, no. Not now they've seen a Brillo pad. I think there's lots of products. There's lots of products that we try to bring to market, and we have Monument Masters as a group of engineers. London, Leeds, Birmingham, Glasgow, we've got some guys in New Zealand, we've got some guys in the USA. Before we go to market, we'll show the products to those guys to get their feedback. It would be interesting talking to somebody who owns a house to say, if you want to clean something, we've got an amazing new product, or you can use a Brillo pad. I think the feedback I'd be getting from those guys is, we just use a Brillo pad. I will always try and be as honest as we can be with someone who came to us with an invention, and some are successful and some aren't, and some we get right and some we get wrong. There's no perfect answer to why things work and why things don't. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be inventing things. I've seen too many people with what they regard as a great product go to market and spend an awful lot of time and energy on a product that potentially I've said no to. Or that we've said, not I, but we have said no to as a business. That's why we have a peer group to review the products. Is a pre-sliced Brillo pad a marketable product? I don't think so. I don't think it has enough value. I think that's part of it. A Brillo pad is going to cost you, I'm doing Brillo a great job here for mentioning their name so many times. Brillo.
Sponges are available.
Yeah, I'm sure other sponges are available to be own brand sponges. I'm sure there's something called Spontex. I'm sure they do sponges. I'm sure there's people who've done that and thought it was a great idea. But would they go out and buy something? Would you go down to, I'm just throwing in brand names, Robert Dyers, B&Q, Homebase, and go and buy one of those? Probably not. You just go, I've got one of those other things. I need to clean my windows. They're a mess. There's flies and stuff. It's a nice idea. I like it. But I'm not going to sell it. Pliers, bottle top. I mean, this is hard work already. Okay, yeah, makes sense. It looks like we're creating some kind of cutting disc. It's a cutting disc, nut and bolt. You've then put it in your power tool. Oh wow, okay, this is plumbing. Yeah, I mean, there are commercially available products that actually do that. Would you save any money by doing that yourself, having to go and buy a bottle of Coke? Can you even buy bottles of Coke? Yeah, probably. Would you go to the expense of doing that? There are commercially available products to cut pipe from the inside, because often you do need to cut it from the inside where you can't cut it from the outside. If this is the precursor to the product that I've seen commercially, then this was genius. If it's just something that they've gone, well, instead of using a product that's already in the marketplace and we can make it ourselves with a nut and a bolt and a bottle cap, then it's not an invention. It's just using a bottle top instead of a commercially available product.
What's your thoughts on the finish, by the way?
Okay, so we make the auto cut for plastic, which cuts from the outside. You've seen the videos, clean, square cut. You're not going to get a great finish on this because you're cutting it from the inside. But where you do need to cut from the inside, it's a pretty good idea. Yeah, I quite like it. And you know what? Maybe we should sell that product. Okay, next we've got some PVC pipe. Stop it. Where would you be stuck where you don't have a bottle top opener? I've seen guys open it with their eyeballs, with their teeth, on the top of a desk. I can't imagine a scenario where you are stuck in a world or in a place where all you've got is a power tool, self-tapping screw, whatever it is, and a cut-off of a piece of plastic pipe. And you go, oh, I know, I've got to get into this bottle of Coke. There's nothing else to use. You know what we'll use? We'll use that bit of plastic. You get that? In the skip, there's that cut-off. The chippy's got some screws left over. We don't have a bottle opener. If there's anybody on site who doesn't have a bottle opener, I'd be very, very surprised. There's a bottle opener on every site, probably on every keyring. Maybe I could use it with some of the cut-offs that we've done to test products. Recycle, reuse, circular economy and all that. Maybe there is an opportunity. Oh, okay, I think these are these woodworking tools? Yeah, okay, I've got some kind of knowledge of what's going on. We seem to countersink and then, sorry, this is a tool invention, it's a countersink. Isn't it? It's a countersink so that you can, no comment, just move on. Socket set. Okay, we're gluing something into the inside of a socket. Ooh, hello. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, let's go back and look at that one. We are creating a replacement, I'm going to call it a replacement knob. Is that the right word? Sorry to use that word. For your, what looks like a camera stand, like a tripod. I think, yeah, it has merits, and then doing that, making it out of glue, is quite a good idea. My assumption is that we have lost the bit that connects those two together. So you need to match up the screw thread. You need to match up the male and female threads. Am I allowed to say that properly? You've got a male thread and a female thread, but what you don't know is the pitch of the thread that's inside looks like a phone holder. Yeah, I like the concept that you can use a socket set with some glue, the glue dries. I'm not quite sure why you couldn't just use just a standard nut and bolt. Why you have to put some additional... It's okay. Is it commercially viable? No, it's not. Is it an invention? No. It's just a nut and a bolt. I love inventions. It's, the world needs inventions, and there are guys out there who have what they would use as a hack of something that's never been invented before, and sometimes those hacks can become inventions. So if you take something like the OMAT, there was a need to protect the surfaces on the inside of a kitchen cabinet when one is soldering a copper fitting. So we've created a soldering mat with a hole in the middle so that you can wrap the mat around the copper pipe so that when you solder it, you don't scorch the inside of the kitchen cabinet. And when you're fitting a kitchen cabinet that's hundreds of pounds rather than a DIY one, it's something that you want to protect. That was kind of a hack, and it became an invention, and it's a successful product. If you take the sweatbox, that is also a hack, an invention that came out of a need to not, again, scorch homeowners' kitchen surfaces when they are sweating a joint near to a boiler. So those kind of things do come out of hacks to get around certain problems that could become inventions. Did we see inventive steps in this video, I would rebrand it as a hack, not an invention. I think there's some interesting things in there. I don't see anything that's really commercially viable. And if it is commercially viable, it's been invented. We always would like to talk to people who have what they would regard as a hack or an invention. In a perfect world, this is right at the start of their journey. I've seen too many guys come to us with an invention that is 60% of the way down the line, and it's too far progressed for us to come back and say we can do something with it. I've also seen too many people go down that road, and I've certainly seen one person spend over $1 million and end up with nothing in the end. If you've got something in the plumbing arena, or even in the tool arena, love to talk to you. We'll only give you honest answers on it. I don't want people to waste money that they potentially don't have, or buy the Lamborghini too early because they think that they've got something that's worth. In the UK, there's nominally 100,000 heating engineers. I've got a product that's worth £10. My invention's worth £1 million, or it's worth £100 and there's 100,000 of it and it's worth 10 million quid. With 10 million quid, I go buy a Lamborghini. The world's not that simple. As I said earlier, if it was that simple, we'd all be doing it. There's a whole load of stuff that comes into bringing products to market, and it is where it works well and it's great. Where it doesn't work and it doesn't work well, it's a very costly, big pot of money that you have to invest in it, and you get nothing out of it. I'm more than happy to talk to people. We do have an inventors den where people can come along and talk to us. We've got groups of engineers who you can come and talk to and see whether they think it's a great idea. So yeah, contact us.